This is a black magic device that I'm using to switch the cameras, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
but those are nice cameras too.
Yeah,
I didn't know you were black.
What?
What? That was so racist. Oh my God.
No.
Spinny, I apologize. Clear. He's clear. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
Don't misrace him. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you misidentify?
I'm ACAB, assigned Caucasian at birth. Okay, it's rolling, and we're fading in, and here we are at the What's Your Ness podcast. Oh. What?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
What?
I'm not dumb.
You're not? So what's your Ness?
I'm going to prove it today. And the way that I'm going to prove that I'm not dumb is we're going to do an entire episode about SmartNESS.
I like that.
Because I'm a fucking genius, dog, on Crip Blood.
And if you're smart, you'll like and subscribe to the thing so you can see more of this stuff. But, hey, SmartNESS, why are we doing that? Wait, you brought someone with you, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I did.
Who is this?
So, because I'm so smart, I know hella smart peoples. So I was like, I didn't want to just come on the episode and divulge all of my genius on you guys. So I brought a smart person with me so that I don't have to, just grace you guys with all my godly knowledge. I can have somebody else grace y'all with some of their beautiful knowledge.
Very nice.
So for that, I brought on the only African-American scientist from Oakland I know. And I think she's the only African-American from Oakland scientist she knows also. So I thought this was a great moment to have to where, because I don't think people from Oakland think about being scientists. And I don't see why we don't. So to kind of bring that full circle, I was like, I had to bring one of my smart friends on. And, I'm unconventionally smart, but she's conventionally smart because she actually has a degree and is a real fucking scientist. I'm just hella smart because, duh. It's like
it's
greatness.
Self-evident from all the podcasts.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody, if you ever watch any of our podcasts, you can see my genius. Who else can make that many dick jokes? Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly. So, today we have Mira.
Mira.
Hi, everybody.
Bienvenidos a podcast de What's Your Ness.
Yes. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mira, but I also go by Science Bay Official. Mm-hmm. Nice to meet all y'all. Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm a big fan of the show, so I'm glad to be on here. I've been watching since you guys started it, so yeah. It's good to be on here.
Did you imagine the place being like this? Because, you only see the little camera angles, like, walking in. Was it, like, kind of trippy for you?
Yeah, it's, like, a lot more lights than I imagined that it would be. Because it's it's dark in here. I would have thought that there weren't many lights, but there's a lot of lights.
And then you see all the equipment and stuff. Yeah. It looks like it's simple, but it's kind of intricate.
Yeah, it's a lot of angles.
And you know how when you watch it, the camera changes from guest to guest?
Right, yeah.
Spencer's doing that live.
What? Okay.
Yeah, see these buttons over here? I can go, and you see that little screen over there? I don't know if you can see it, but
I can see it.
Boom, 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 boom. It's no editing. It's just me doing this.
Yeah, Spinny's the GOAT. So that's what I'm saying. That's how it all came together. Is Spinny knows how to do all of this stuff. He's been doing it since I met him. Since Scraper Bikes dropped, Spinny's been doing this.
Okay, so since he's the GOAT, we gotta just call him Billy then.
Billy, I feel like that comes off a little racist.
I'm fine with it.
Hey, he's been called a snow bunny and was fine with it. So Billy, I think Billy's an upgrade.
That was one of the coolest things that ever happened to me.
All right,
anyways,
let's do the definition stuff. We gotta.
Oh yeah, we need a definition here. So what does it mean? What does it all mean to be smart? SmartNESS. Mm-hmm. Noun, intelligence is manifested in being quick and witty. Examples from books and articles. You very smart girl. I quite proud of your smartness. That's the first thing it says on vocabulary.com.
Fucking geniuses, bro.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. For some reason, Oxford, all the other dictionaries were giving me paywalls for smartness. It's like you got to pay to be smart in this world. But
Yeah, sounds about right.
But let me see. Liveliness and eagerness, elegance by virtue of being fashionable, a kind of pain such as that caused by a wound or a burn or a sore. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of
Spinny.
smartness as
This episode has unlocked something in my brain.
What happened?
I just realized I pay for a premium version of the app for dictionary.com.
Do you now?
And I've been paying for it I paid for it like a decade ago. Maybe I should try to see if I can log you in.
You should.
What the fuck? See, that's all we need to do a smartness episode so I can actually be my normal smart self instead of being a fucking podcast comedian. I could be just intellectual Alex, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna ask our guests some questions.
Yes, Innie or Audi?
What are we talking about? Belly buttons? Like what do you mean?
That's how you catch your smart friends
What?
off guard. So, I have a really good question. We're gonna start off the smartness episode like this, okay? Because Spinny is smart with a lot of shit. I'm smart with my shit. You're smart with your shit. So I want to know everybody's opinion, and we'll start with our guests.
Okay.
Do you think smartness is nature or nurture?
I think that it's a little bit of both.
Cop out.
Well,
Man,
I
must
have to
a
be
cold.
no, I have to be objective here. If I'm being objective, I think it could be both because there's some element of smartness that is like by nature. Like maybe your parents were smart and maybe the way that you were raised and how you're influenced caused you to be smart. And you were born with some of that component as well. So I think it's both.
So you saying some people are born retarded?
You're not supposed to say that.
We're not doing that on the. This is.
I can't do those type of jokes.
I'm not trying to get flagged. We can't get flagged again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're not supposed to say that word.
Why not?
Say it in the musical way, like retard. If you say RITARD,
Okay.
it's actually like it means just like to
So
slow
people
down
are
the
born
music.
flame retarded. See, I said retardant. I didn't say retarded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, yeah. So some people are retardant.
We gotta. Let's move on from the. Let's move the fuck on. But yeah,
Spitty, what you think? Nature or nurture?
nature and nurture. I think. I don't know, dude. I think there's a lot of nature involved because I think there's definitely like kids that are immediately like noticeably smarter than other kids. Mm-hmm. But I think definitely. I mean, nurture definitely plays a part. Like if you could be born brilliant kid, but then if you're just getting like force fed alcohol by your parent or something weird or like some. So I think it could be fucked either way. Or you have like a weird like learning disability if you have parents that are aware of that and know how to like work with that and help you develop and gain your smartness. Nurture can go a long way, but I do think that nature does play somewhat of a role.
And I think both of you are fucking wrong. Because I'm the smart one, so I'm going to explain to you why it's only nurture.
Okay.
It's only nurture because, like you said, you can be born with certain gifts. But it doesn't nurture. I think when people hear nurture, they think only your parents. But I think you can nurture your own intellectual prowess, People around you can see it and they can give you little tidbits. So I feel like if you don't get that extra push, you don't get exposed to new information or new ideas or new ways to do things, the nature of it dies. And like I said, you do need to kind of be born with a slight hunger to know more, but I think all humans are born with that desire to do better and know more and try to mimic what they see, so that they can be like the bigger people. Because that's what it starts off. It's like you're a little human and you're seeing the big people. They're drinking drinks from these bottles and they're dancing and they're doing all this stuff, and then you're trying to, mimic some of that stuff. You want to use a fork and you want to walk around and you want to drive a car So I think that it's 100% nurture, because nothing grows without being taken care of. And that's just on this realm. You can't plant something, do nothing for it, do nothing to it, do nothing with it, and it just flourishes.
Side note, fun fact for you guys, 80% of the human brain is developed by age 5.
I thought it was 7.
It's, to my knowledge, it's 5.
Okay.
But I might be wrong. I'm open to the possibility of being wrong. I might be wrong, but to my knowledge, it's 5.
But I tell people all the time, man, like, and if you don't drill a certain level of, I don't know, structure into your child before 7, you're kind of fucked. That's how I see it. Like I said, that's from just little studies that I've read and things that I've looked into from psychologists, and like you said, people studying the brain and how a child's brain develops, and you got to kind of drill it early. So like me as a dad, I was talking to my daughter when she was in the womb. You know, I wanted to get there early, let her know, like, this is how we get down. You know, we laugh, but we're serious. You know, yeah. So I 100% think it's nurture. We can go look up some studies and figure out, you know, what it is. But I feel like even if your life is shit and you have that level of desire to go seek knowledge and do better for yourself, you're nurturing your intelligence. So I think it's 100%.
But you got to have the nature to want to nurture yourself.
Yeah, but like you said, that it's nature in nurture. But it's like, what if you're not getting the nurturing from outside? You have to nurture yourself. And there's people who can do that, you know? Yeah.
I think it's like 70-30. Like, I would say that it's
I like that. I like it over, like you said, 70, yeah, or I would even say maybe 80-20 because of my argument. But like I said,
I think, 70% would be the nurture, and like 30% would be the nature. I would think.
Yeah, because what I feel like really helps smart people, you know, and I'm putting in quotes with, you know, because smart is a very grand scale, you know.
Everyone's got different smarts.
Yeah, because like something that I saw on the internet a long time ago, it's like if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it'll live its whole life thinking that it's stupid. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's like, that's not what you're here for, fish. Mm-hmm. You know, outswim everybody. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, for the sake of somebody that's smart, I think that having a good comprehension, being able to catch on to things fast, and being able to have a really good memory. Mm. And those things kind of go together, because it's easier to catch on things fast if you have a really good memory. So really, a really good memory is like a really good spectrum, like not a spectrum, but a really good
foundation.
There we go. A really good foundation for somebody to be very smart if they're nurtured properly. It's just a great memory, because now you can feed them a lot of information and they can retain it. Yeah. And you should overfeed them, because you might think that, oh, this kid's 3, it can't remember this or I can't remember that. But it's like, if you keep feeding them stuff, you don't know what their brain can do, because now you're putting limits on them based off of what your limits are. It's like, I wouldn't be able to remember all of this. But like I said, they just got here. They're young humans, and they're soaking up everything. They're soaking up the language, numbers, walking, letters, all of this stuff, how to interact with other humans, socializing. They're soaking up a lot. And if you feed them a lot of good stuff, a lot of that good comes back later. And I have proof of it in my daughter.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, Spinny, what's the next question?
What do you think is the most important characteristic of a smart person?
Oh.
I definitely...
I already answered it. You don't have to.
Anyway, like I was saying, I definitely think the most characteristic, the best characteristic of a smart person is knowing that you don't know everything. So having some humility about yourself is a way that you could be smart, because if you're constantly in a position where you're learning all the time, then you'll be open to more knowledge, you'll be open to feedback, you'll be receptive. If you think you know everything and you're arrogant, then you're not really that smart. So I think that having some humility and understanding that you don't know everything is a very important characteristic for somebody smart to have. And I will say that me getting started in the field of science, I've been a scientist for 7 years now. And when I first started out, I didn't know anything. And I felt really lost and dumb because I was just asking like some of the most basic questions about, oh, what is this? What does a library mean? What is SIP induction? What do these cells do? But I had these people to mentor me and guide me. But if I thought I knew everything and I was in a position where I thought like, oh, I don't need your help, then there will be no way for me to learn. And I wouldn't be where I am today if I wasn't humble about, me learning the things I need to know.
Yeah, Spinny, what you think?
Well, Alex, I know you know everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you feel about that?
I'm omnipotent. Next, Spinny, what characteristic? Because you're a smart guy, you know a lot of things about a lot of things. So
yeah,
what do you think what is the most important characteristic to you?
I mean that I was going to say something along those lines. I think being adaptable, being able to not just be humble about what you don't know, but also being open to changing your mind when new information is presented to you. I think because a lot of people get fixed on like whether it's, I mean, it could be, a lot of people use this example with like politics, but it's not just that. It's like with just methods of doing things, and I like fall victim to it myself with video stuff because like I know that I like to do this certain thing this way, but then some other person will be doing something, some other will be like, well, why the hell are they doing that? And if I don't look at what they're doing and realize, oh, that's why they're doing it that way, and it's actually more efficient, or try it their way and realize, okay, no, my way was smarter. But you don't, if you're just completely fixed on your way, I think that's not great. Like you need to be adaptable in order to be smart and like open to new information.
Yeah, and that's a very important part of it because knowledge never stops. It always keeps going. It always keeps growing. So like you said, if you're not getting the new information and the new things that we're learning, something that they might have taught you when you were younger might have been the best way we knew how to do it then. And then after years of study and doing it that way, we realized, oh, actually, somebody just came out and they was like, why don't we do it this way? And it's like, oh, shit, that is a better way. But if you're still doing it the old way, you never, like you said, you never come into the new century or the new line of thought of how to do something better. You're just always doing it the old way. That's why I like, gotta get these boomers out of here.
Say less.
Okay. I got another good question about, just smartness in general, right? Mm-hmm. Spinny, I think I already know the answer to yours, but maybe I'm wrong.
What?
In school, what was your most difficult, what was your favorite subject while you were in school?
My favorite subject or most difficult subject?
Favorite
subject? I mean, video production.
Oh, really?
Because we had a class. That was where I met you guys.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, and anything to do with computers. I always like computer science. Those were always fun classes.
Okay, so Mira, what was your favorite class in school?
When we're talking about school, we're talking about high school, right?
We're talking about school.
Okay, well, my was difficult class, and
no, I didn't ask you that. What is your favorite class in school when you were in school?
My favorite class in school was organic chemistry.
Really?
Yes.
Chemistry was your favorite class?
Yes.
What? I never got that deep into chemistry. What the fuck is organic chemistry like?
So it's like the basic molecules in life. Like it's breaking down everything to like carbon atoms, oxygen, basically like all the primitive like chemical structures.
Nerd.
Like looking at something like octane, or looking even at something like simple as like water. Like water does, and like in organic chemistry, like basically the molecules like come to life, and like the for example, like if you have like a hydrogen, a water molecule, the hydrogen will pop off the structure itself, and then like if you have oxygen, it has electrons and it will attack something. Oops.
You're attacking that microphone.
Yeah. Organic chemistry got her excited, boy. She hitting stuff over that organic chemistry.
So it's like so the electrons are like charged, so it'll attack something that has like a positive charge because electrons have a negative charge. And it's like all these different mechanisms.
See, why don't they just keep all that negativity away from them, man?
That's what it's trying to do.
No, it's not. The negativity trying to come to the positivity, man.
This
Peace,
gotta be
brother.
neutral. It's gotta
stay
be
positive. Peace, brother. All you protons out there, stay positive.
Well, it's gotta be neutral. So that's what it's like.
Oh, you Switzerland ass Adams.
Well, that was my favorite, is organic chemistry, and like learning all the different mechanisms, but it was confusing, but it's really challenging, but
Yeah, that's why I didn't do it.
it's so rewarding to like learn about it. Now I'm a biochemist, so it ended up working for something. I majored in biology, and then I minored in chemistry, so I'm a biochemist now. But
Nice.
it ended up working out.
And what's your favorite? What was your favorite subject in school, Alex?
Math. I love math. Numbers don't lie. I love numbers. Numbers are finite. You know, words can be interpreted, but numbers are what they say they are, and I respect that. I respect somebody that pulls up every time as who they are. You know, like look at that motherfucker doesn't know who he is, but look at a 2. A 2 knows what a 2 is. It's a 2. Even if it's a 22 and it shoots you, it bounces around a little bit, but it's still a fucking 2.
Wow.
Yeah. So I like
Keeping it
math.
out,
Yeah, math was like my favorite subject. Like I could do math hella fast.
Yeah.
Like to the point where I did it so fast I fucked up and had to go back and redo it, and I still got done before everybody else.
That's what she said. Sorry.
What's your most difficult subject in school? What was your most difficult?
What I had the most difficulty with in school?
Yeah.
Sex ed.
Really?
Never could figure it out.
Aw.
It's Spinny.
Aw.
You want me to help you after the show?
Finally?
What's your most difficult? This guy is hilarious.
Look out.
My most difficult subject was organic chemistry. I like
Your
challenges.
favorite? Oh, okay.
I like challenges, and that's why like I declared the major that I did in college, is because I like a challenge. So back when I was in high school too, I like chemistry and I like organic chemistry. I don't really think that I fully explained like what organic chemistry is, but I was just trying to explain in the most basic way.
Yeah, that's
like,
all these people want to fucking know anyway.
Yeah, it's like the basic chemical structures in
these people
in
don't
life.
take organic chemistry.
Like melanin. Melanin is an organic structure.
I don't know what that means.
Dopamine, melanin. It's like the.
We do not sell dope on this podcast.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I work in drug development, so.
Oh, really?
She's getting ahead of everything. She just want to talk about everything before we even ask.
Sorry.
Answer the questions we ask you.
Okay, like I
I
said.
want to know more about the drugs.
No drugs.
We'll get to that.
No drugs.
Right.
No drugs. So, Spinny. No. Mira.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fuck Spinny. We don't really need him, okay?
Okay, all right.
If he turns off your mic, run. So, Mira, do you think going to college makes someone smart?
No, I think that people could be smart without going to college.
But do you think it makes you smarter? Like, the fact that you went to college. And I'll even throw this on there. The fact that you went to college and finished. Do you think it actually makes you smarter?
I think it makes me smarter in the field that I studied, yes. But
Okay, so it made you smarter.
Well, there's people that didn't go to college that are smarter than me.
Oh, I didn't ask you that. I said, did going to college make you smarter?
Yes.
Do you think that going to college makes people smarter? Like finishing college. Like I said, I want to. Do
Yes.
you think finishing college makes people smarter?
Yes.
Spinny, what you think? Talk to me. Spinny went to college.
I did go to college.
Yeah.
Hard to say. No, I mean, you learned some stuff that you.
I know, but do you think finishing college makes you smarter? Do you think that that's a?
I mean, if I hadn't finished, I feel like I probably still would have gotten the same benefits. If I did all the exact same classes, but say I didn't have like 2 credits to finish.
Stop making this weird ass scenario.
I don't know.
I'm saying
Because you're making it so specific. Like,
yes, finish. Like you did all the classes and you learned all the stuff that they teach you in college. Do you think it actually made you smarter? Or did you just party and hook up?
I did party. I never finished sex ed, so I didn't really do much hooking up, but I did party.
Yeah.
And no, I think it did make me smarter, though. I think that I definitely learned some useful stuff.
Okay.
What about you? Do you think college makes people smarter?
Fuck no. I know so many fucking educated idiots.
Oh.
Oh yeah, man. See, I know a bunch of them, but no, I'm pretty sure it does. I didn't go to college, and I'm like hyper researcher. Like, so I look up so many things, because it's like when you go to school for certain things, and it's like they do your general ed, but then you focus on something, right?
Yeah.
And my information gathering is so unfocused. It's like whatever I feel like I think about that day, I can go look up and read something about and learn something about and gather information about. And it's so crazy to where my algorithm on the internet will just have stuff that like, what the hell is this? And I'll start reading about it, and it's just my algorithm, because it knows that I'll click on some crazy shit and start reading about it, and then I'll go look at a YouTube video about it, and then I might order a book about it, and they got me.
Yeah.
And that's my algorithm, There's no bad girl clubs, fighting on my algorithm. It's just finance and intelligence.
Well, I will say, just make sure that your sources are peer reviewed if you are looking up things on the internet, because
YouTube, everything on YouTube is peer reviewed. You can't post it on YouTube if it's not peer reviewed. Okay, so next question. Clearly, like, have you ever been on YouTube? There's only peer reviewed, verified information on YouTube, as we all know, because we put our podcast on YouTube, and it goes through a very stringent, process to be uploaded.
Yeah, the reptilians are running YouTube, and they run a tight ship. I learned about it on YouTube. So
pretty much. Yeah. So, Spinny, what's our next question?
Oh, our next question is: life experience more important than traditional education when it comes to smartness? It's kind of similar to the last question, but what do you think, Mary?
Yeah. I definitely think so. Your life experience
as a college, graduate, doing our own thing. You think life experience is a little more important than traditional education?
I definitely think so, because your life experience is going to teach you how to behave in certain situations. It's going to teach you how to code switch. It's going to teach you how to navigate. And I feel like definitely being from Oakland has allowed me to get to where I am today, because a lot of the time I was told no, I was denied, but I kept going. I kept having that grind. I kept having that hustle, and that's something that people from Oakland, we just have that. We just have that. Like, we don't take no for an answer. We just get up and go get to it.
What you mean? I take no all the time, because I know everything.
Yeah.
I should have been a rapper.
What you did there.
I should have been a rapper.
I like that. I like
you.
that.
Thank you. I like it too. I like it a lot. Oh, yeah. What were we talking about?
We were saying.
Spinny. So, is life experience more important than traditional education when it comes to smartness?
Yeah, I think Mary answered it perfectly. Yeah, I think, I think you gotta.
Yeah, he came from the mean streets of Albany, Holmes.
I did. Watch out, straight West Albany, actually.
Ooh, don't bang on me.
Yeah, out there by Ranch 99, all types of shit would go down. Brazilian got punched into a fucking creek back there one time.
There's a creek in Albany? What the fuck?
But Ranch 99?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brazilian was walking back there one time, and some guys were calling him names, and he flipped them off. It was a huge group of guys, and they came up and sucker punched him, and he lost them by running into a creek because they didn't want to get their nails dirty or whatever, and Brazilian got away.
Bro, we have to get this man on the show one day.
I know. He never wants to. He's like so afraid of like putting his face out there all of a sudden for some reason.
We'll put a mask on him, bro.
Yeah.
We'll just call him the Brazilian, though.
That's his smartness. He doesn't want to say anything on YouTube that might get him in trouble.
Bro, but he has so many stories.
I know, he does.
He told me an amazing story.
Yeah, but I think life experience definitely helps you with your adaptability and being able to experience an education better. I think education is like an enhancement, but if you're just like freaking
book smart,
yeah, it's it might not get you where you need to go.
Yeah, I concur because I don't have much traditional education. I've learned a lot of stuff through experience, traveling the world, and doing things wrong, and then just like I said, taking in a lot of information from people that I consider smarter than me. So, you know, experts in certain departments, whether it be physics or psychology or something like that, I listen to what they say, and then I try to understand it as best as I can, and then maybe I do a little research on it, and then that's kind of my foundation for how I build on it, because it's like they see it that way, but then in my life, how do I think that it applies best for me without perverting what they actually said, you know? Because I feel like a lot of people do that. They take knowledge and then they warp it into something else to make it fit them, to where it's not even what it originally was anymore. When it's like, really, you should take knowledge and you shouldn't just take it for face value. You should apply it to how your life is, but you have to tote that line and not change it completely to fit you. You can't change the truth to fit your lie. You have to take your life and apply the truth to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also,
Ooh. Fresh produce. Ness culture socks.
I wanted to add that I think that
What you gonna add?
I think that
What you
having
thinking? We brought you on for the SmartNESS episode, so you better be thinking.
I'm always thinking.
Okay.
I overthink, actually.
Okay. So what are you thinking right now?
What I'm thinking
Whoa!
is...
She didn't think that was gonna happen.
I wasn't frightened, so actually I did. This is the type of stuff you do. I know you, so I know to expect the unexpected with you, because that's how you are.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I'm very expected.
You're expecting?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
When are you due?
I don't know. Probably a few more months
Oh.
or a couple hours,
Is it a
depending on
girl?
what I eat.
It's a girl?
It's a food baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Holiday
sorry,
time.
I got you distracted. What did you want to add? Do you remember?
Anyway, I was going to say that I think that having a non-traditional education or learning things from experience, it helps you appreciate when you do get into those spaces of higher education, your experiences and how you got there. I think you appreciate it a lot more because you've seen people not take that path, and you've seen how things can go. So,
Oh, really? Well, I have a question for you.
what's the question?
Because you think you're making all the right decisions and doing all this crazy smart stuff. You're a freaking scientist and all this stuff, and you've been doing it for 7 years. So I have a very good question for you. I know this is probably going to be hard to answer.
What's that?
What is the smartest decision you've ever made?
I think the smartest decision that I've ever made was the decision to leave and go to school outside of Oakland and just the Bay Area in general. I left and I was out of my comfort zone.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Cal State Monterey Bay first, and then I went to Cal State East Bay after.
Nice.
So I ended up coming back and graduating from Cal State East Bay, but I didn't start there.
Dana went there for grad school, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, so I left, and I feel like leaving, it helped me like expand my horizons, expand my mind, get around other people with different experiences and different points of view and different life experiences that I've had, and they helped me kind of grow and just be brave and realize that like the world is bigger than the Bay Area.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It is amazing. Spinny, what's the smartest decision you've ever made, bro? Let me know right now, and please tell me it's meeting me.
Yeah, I was gonna say deciding to do a documentary on the Trunk Boys for my high school video class, and then making Scraper Bike, which is now featured in the Kendrick Lamar Squabble Up video. If you haven't seen it, go check out that Kendrick Lamar Squabble Up, and you might see that green That Go Scraper Bike. Shouts out Baby Champ, Alexander the Great, and B Janky, the Trunk Boys on that song.
Boys.
That was great. What a time.
Yeah. That was crazy. Like being in that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like some of the smartest things we could have did, because Spinny came to do a project for school, And no, hold on. What happened first? No,
It was.
You came
It
and
was a
interviewed us
project
first.
our documentary project, because Too Deep was in our video class, and he was always like, "Hey, we got this new Trunk Boy slap," like, and the teacher was always like, "Jesse, take your headphones off," and like, yeah, and then we were like, what do we do for a documentary? And then he was like talking about that. We're like, let's see if they'll let us do a documentary on the Trunk Boys. And we went and met you guys and filmed it, and then
we told him to come back. We was like, come back, bro. We want you to film. We want you to like shoot a
they had
video.
some bikes, yeah. I had never done a music video. It was very out of my comfort zone. Not anything I knew, but I was just like, hey, let's fucking do it. And here we are.
And one day we'll show you profiling 101.
We'll show her that after this. It was funny.
So yeah.
Yeah, smart. That was the smartest thing. What about you? Smartest thing, Alex? Also, by the way, Mira, are you gonna drink that, or can you pass that over to me?
Yeah, I don't want my eyes to start watering again.
All right, yeah, here.
Okay,
I'll leave it on you, Alex.
Yeah. So, smartest thing. What's the smartest decision I've ever made? Learning how to invest. I think that was the smartest thing that I ever did, and it started in 2017 with Bitcoin, and I learned a bunch of stuff then, right? And then I like fell off from it because I started doing my cannabis business, and that was a pretty good decision for, even though it didn't work out, a lot of good things happened out of it. Spinny.
What?
I'm gonna talk to you. We might have a studio we can go to, and they got some black magic cams.
Oh.
And some other stuff. So
this is a black magic device that I'm using to switch the cameras, actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So
but those are nice cameras too.
Yeah,
I didn't know you were black.
What?
What? That was so racist. Oh my God.
No.
Spinny, I'm apologize. Clear. He's clear. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my bad.
Don't misrace him. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you misidentify?
I'm ACAB, assigned Caucasian at birth.
So smartest decision is learn how to invest in, and like I said, it's still something that I'm learning, but the way that it does what it does, it resonates with me so much that I know this is a avenue that can help me create financial freedom and teach my legacy and my people how to gain some financial freedom through investing, so I think that was one of the best decisions I made, is to actually focus on it. And like I said, to this day, I wake up every day at 5:45 to look at the market, to day trade, to swing trade, to invest, and it's turned out really well for me. Like I said, I even started an account for my daughter, and her account in less than 2 years is up like 60%.
You deep in GameStop or what?
Never bought any GameStop because I actually invest. Just like I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, when NFTs were super hot, my homies know I invest. So one of my partners was like, man, yeah, what's up with this NFT stuff, man? And whoop, whoop, whoop. He's like, man, my partner made this, that, and the third. And I'm like, bruh, I said, it's stupid. I said, it's stupid, bruh. I said, it's stupid. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. I said, I don't want to mess with it. Oh, bruh, nah, you need to look into it because it's money. I said, bruh, it's stupid. And then like 2 months later, the whole entire market was done. It was like 2-3 months later. It was completely fell apart. And that's just from me understanding investing beforehand. It's like certain things, it's like, this is all hype.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me. Though what I read about it was that it could be like a useful technology for artists to make more money off of their actual product, whether it's a song or whatever. But as far as something to invest in, it seems kind of like, well, you're just like buying a picture that someone could just screenshot. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but that's where it didn't make sense to me as a person who understands technology. Once something is digitized, it's replicable. Like you can replicate it, And I understand it was supposed to be like inside of these NFT things, but then it's like, how do I share it with people? The only way it can have real value is if I can take it out. I mean, I can have it and then show it off. And if I can't really show it off, then how can somebody else want to buy it from me for more?
Yeah.
So it's like the NFT thing just didn't make sense. And like I said, maybe I don't get it, but it didn't make sense and it fell apart. So I'll take that W.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, Mira, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever done as the smart person that you are?
Yes. All that smartness flowing out of you. What's the dumbest thing?
Well, this is a no snitch podcast, right?
Yes.
Well, just don't use names. You can change names to protect the guilty. But.
Well,
you know this is a no snitch podcast.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I won't snitch on myself, but I will name the second dumbest thing that I did. I won't name the first one, but I will name the second one. So I think the second dumbest thing that I did was got married at 23 to someone that was twice my age.
Ooh. Yeah, she likes mood, y'all.
No, I don't.
Yeah, she was robbing the grave, y'all. Yeah.
Not robbing the grave.
Robbing the grave. Grave robber in the building, y'all.
Okay. Okay.
No, he didn't look his age, so there was that.
Oh, yeah. He didn't look his age, so
Nope.
she could rob that grave easily.
Anyway, that's something I won't be.
Okay,
doing
Laura
again.
Croft, we see you.
Huh?
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I'm a '90s baby, so I mean, I heard of that, but I never really.
Yeah, because you're not a real 90s baby. Yeah, so Laura Croft in the building. You know, ain't nothing wrong with
Anyway.
that. So, Spenny, what's the dumbest thing you ever done?
Never got the degree in sex ed. Never finished it.
Bro, I'm gonna start giving
You
classes.
couldn't finish?
I couldn't finish.
Oh.
Well, that
sorry.
that for some people that'll help you pass sex ed.
Not me. Trust me. What about you, Alex? Dumbest thing?
Dumbest thing. Damn, I'm so smart. You want to know the dumbest thing I feel like I do? I still do to this day.
What's that?
Drink alcohol. It makes no fucking sense.
It's really stupid, and you should stop that right now.
Yeah, like it's so dumb, but I'm not gonna stop doing it. I enjoy it, and it enjoys me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're a thinker and a drinker. Yeah.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
And
So-
you know how much I like to be blown.
Okay. So how often? How
Why does
often?
my mic keep cutting out?
Because you keep like pitting into it. You go like,
Hawk to it.
yeah.
Oh, maybe it's because I have it. I'm on the top of it.
You got tilted. Oh,
Yeah, stop spitting on it.
It's gonna do the
I'm not
buzz.
spitting on it. It's air.
It's gonna do the buzz thing if you.
It's the breath of life. You should learn about it.
Okay. Hey, how often can you make dumb decisions and still be considered smart?
Are we gonna go like percentage?
Up to you.
I think percentage is good. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, she thinks percentage, so we're gonna do fractions.
Okay.
Same difference.
Okay. So,
That's racist.
were you just putting fractions and percentages into the same category?
Yeah.
They all look alike. To you.
Yeah. Just they're all the same thing. Numbers are all the same, huh? Huh? You don't see color, huh?
If you, well, we can get into that if you like. But
No.
that'd
This is a SmartNESS episode. We can't
That might be another racistness.
Don't let me bring you into my degenerateness. Okay. Okay.
How often can
How
you make
often?
dumb decisions and still be considered smart? Percentage or fraction, whatever you prefer to say.
Life is hard. Life is really hard. So I would say 51, but I feel like that's too close. So I'm gonna go 60-40. At least 60% of your decisions have to be smart. And like I said, because I feel like people think that smart means you don't do dumb stuff. And there's no one on earth that doesn't do something dumb.
Yeah.
Or something that can be perceived as dumb. Because sometimes you would think somebody smart did something dumb, and then 5 years, 2 years, 10 years later, you'll realize how smart it was. And it's like it's kind of subjective also, to where it's like you gotta, sometimes smart decisions don't look smart until you give them time to become smart decisions. So like that 60-40, it's close enough to where that 40 may be 20 later, because you made a good decision that looked dumb at the time.
Okay.
So yeah, Spinny, what you think, and then we'll end off with Mirror.
I think, I would go 90-10, honestly.
Oh really?
Because I think, but they have to be really good decisions in that 10%. But I think if you make
you said 90% bad decisions.
Yeah. I think if you make 90% bad decisions, but the 10% of
is
decisions
good.
you make are really
Really
good. But it depends on the decisions. It could be if it's like the really important shit, and then a bunch of dumb shit, and you're just doing dumb, and then you just poof, it's like a little, you know what I mean? That's what I think.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but I can't argue with that. You are right, because if you focus on certain things that really matter and you do that really smart, you can walk around and be a wino most of the time.
Yeah.
And piss on yourself, and then when you know it's time to focus, you focus and you kill it again. It's not a great setup.
It's not a great setup, but I think you can get away with it.
You can't get away with it if you're a savant, as you brought up. Like you said, if you're one of those savants, you can't get away with just being a degenerate most of your life and then just making amazing things happen in a short period of time. Yeah.
Mira, what do you think?
I think it's 80-20. I think you should make smart decisions 80% of the time, and another 20%. Then, you can afford to make dumb decisions if you're making.
She's never been to a rave. Like, she doesn't get it.
You're right. I've never been to a rave.
I actually haven't either.
I haven't either.
We should go to a rave. Doesn't it sound so fun? I've never been to one.
Peely's going for her birthday.
Really?
May.
Let's go.
She goes to raves all the time. She just went to a rave.
Let's go. I'm trying to get a freaking pacifier and pop some mollies and just like feel myself.
Feel you. See, that's the thing. I'm not really into the drugs. I would just have to like be drunk there.
Yeah.
Or
I'm sure that'd be fun too.
But I don't know. I feel like the drugs is like what makes it kind of like hit.
Yeah, because everyone's like they're all hugging on each other or whatever.
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe shrooms or something.
That's like crazy.
Hey, hold on. Disclaimer: you're on the podcast.
Who is this? What are we doing?
Okay. You're on speakerphone now.
What's happening?
We're doing the SmartNESS right now. Okay.
Okay.
And because we're so smart, we just brought up raves, and you're like my raviest partner. So I need to know, like, I was shunning somebody because they said that to be considered smart, you have to do smart things 80% of the time, and then 20% of the time you can do dumb stuff. And I said, you only acting like that because you've never been to a rave. And then Spinny said he's never been to a rave. And of course, I've never been to a rave. So Spinny was like, we should go to Spinny was like, we should go to a rave. So when can we all go to a rave? When can that happen? Or when is the next rave?
Dude, I was telling you guys should come to EDC because I'm going with like 6 friends. So it'll be a nice group. Everyone's pretty much rave veterans. It's like, and honestly, that's the biggest one that you can go to.
When's that?
America. And
when is it?
I don't know.
And
it's like 4 days. May 16th. Like the May 16th weekend.
Vegas, baby.
We're gonna be camping there, or you can get a hotel on the Strip or Airbnb, like whatever. But yeah, it's probably the best time that you would ever have.
It's the smartest rave you could go to because it's a huge thing.
Yeah, that's the smartest rave we can go to.
I mean,
you're supposed to just say yes. The episode is SmartNESS.
Like, do you know who attends these raves? Doctors and nurses, fucking psychologists.
Scientists.
SmartNESS. See, all the SmartNESS is going to be there. We got it. So yeah, me and Spinny had to look into this, but you are my rave expert, so we brought it up. I had to call you for the podcast. Thank you for being here for us.
Absolutely. I'm here for all your raving needs.
Thanks. That's Pilar, right?
Yeah.
Enough of that ranting and raving.
Bye, guys.
Later. Hey, that'll be cool. That'll be fun. We could go party out in the desert.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between being smart and being intellectual?
Mira, do you think?
I think yes. I think, well, basically, like, if you're looking at the word intellect, the root for the word intellect means to understand, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think that understanding is deeper than just being smart. Because you can pick up something really quick. You can recognize something really quick. You can recognize a pattern, but do you understand is the deeper question. So I think that smartness is just like, oh, you're quick with it, like, okay, you notice this, you notice that. But understanding is a deeper level of smartness. So intellect is like next level smartness.
Okay.
I think that's all we need to say about that.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I agree with it.
Yes. We're in agreement. We don't do that very often on this podcast.
Thank you,
That's
Mira.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, podcast first on the SmartNESS episode. Somebody said something smart enough for me to agree with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, only took us what 20 something. Oh no, fuck, bro, we almost like 40 episodes in.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, Spinny, I want to ask you first because Mira's just like she's being too smart right now. Like we need to less smart it. So me and you are gonna answer first.
Okay.
So the less smart people in the room are gonna answer first.
Okay.
What are the smartest jobs? So like, what's the smartest job you know of?
Porn star.
Porn star? Yeah.
Yeah, you're just fucking and getting paid on cam, and you get to be famous, so millions of people get to see you fuck.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish I could do that, but I never passed sex ed.
Yeah, we gotta get you enrolled, bros.
I know. Give me some credits.
Yeah.
What do you think? Smartest job?
Smartest job. You kind of took mine. So I was gonna say something sexual.
Yeah, you shouldn't ask me first because I wouldn't know what to say. Both our minds are in the gutter.
Yeah. Smartest job. I think smartest job for me is engineer. I like engineers. Like I feel like they built the core of a lot of things, and I feel like we don't give enough credit to engineers. We don't give enough, influence to engineers. I feel like there's a lot of people talking about a lot of things, but I feel like we should let the engineers speak first because they kind of figure out how things are supposed to be built up from the bottom, all types of different engineers. That's what they do, They know how it starts and how to get it from 0 to 100.
Hell yeah.
And I feel like people who have ideas and that are louder tend to get heard more than the people who actually have the knowledge about what is going on.
Yeah.
So I personally think that one of the smartest jobs that I can conjure up in my brain is engineer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smartest job
in existence ever.
I think
you're the smartest person on the podcast, and you have to let us know what the smartest job is. So if you fuck this up, the whole episode is ruined.
I don't think I'm smarter than you guys. I think that you guys are smarter at things too, and you guys can be just as smart as I am.
That's that humility she was talking about when you're super smart. You have to have. Okay, yeah. So yes, make the dummies feel good. Now answer the question.
I think that the smartest job is a computer scientist because like technology pretty much rules the world right now, like behind all these machines is a person that has to think about, okay, if this goes wrong, how can I fix it? Like they're thinking like 10 steps ahead. Like they're seeing all these different things before we even know they exist. So I think computer scientists are the smartest. You know what?
I'm going to say?
What do you say?
I'm going to say, fuck those computer scientists.
Whoa. What?
You know why? Why?
Why? Because you can't. Because there's too many bugs.
Because our guest is not a computer scientist, and she's the smartest person here. So if you want to be the smartest person on our fucking podcast, computer scientist, you come here. If you don't want to come here, she's the smartest. Okay? Because she's the scientist that I know.
I could try to get my friend who's a computer scientist to come on.
I actually have a friend. Remember my friend that helped us for the Grateness episode?
Yeah.
I think she got a computer science degree.
Awesome.
Yeah. but hey, Keish.
All right.
So that's a segue. Okay?
That is a segue.
So the segue is, now that we talked about these computer scientists and we discussed all these things about SmartNESS and everything, we want to dive in. We feel like we you just been saying all these smart things, but we haven't really dove into who and what and who you are. So let's dive into
an hour in.
Yeah, let's dive into that, okay? So, first question. What type of scientist are you? Because you're not a computer scientist. We got that. She's not a computer scientist. Right. And she thinks those guys are smart. But fuck those guys. What type of scientist are you?
So, I'm a biochemist. I work in drug development. And I work on the different drugs coming through the pipeline. I work for a big pharmaceutical company. And like I screen these different drugs.
You getting ahead of stuff.
I'm a biochemist. All right. Damn.
It's fine. Hey.
I know I am. Thank you. See, he always gives me compliments. Oh my God. Thank you, Spinny. What the fuck? Motherfucker. So you told us earlier how long you've been a scientist. You said 7 years, right?
That's right.
So you've been a biochemist for 7 years?
No, I haven't. I've
Okay.
been a microbiologist before. I worked at
What does that mean?
so I worked for Clorox before.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked on a microbiology team. So I was testing out different sprays and wipes. You know how the products say 99.9% effective at killing this certain bacteria? I was the person that was testing that efficacy. So I was going in and working with the different samples of like strep, E. coli, and
So it's
putting
not
sounds
bullshit.
scary.
It's not bullshit then.
No, it's not bullshit.
I always thought I was just like, throw some shit in there and put a little thing on the sign. That's cool. So they
Yeah, it's like we pour bleach in it, 99%.
Yeah.
No, there's actually numbers behind that. So you like numbers, right?
Yeah.
So we had to do a test to where like we like spread the bacteria on a certain surface, and then we use the products on
Y'all
that
sprayed it on
surface.
people's cervix?
Bruh.
What did she say? Hold on.
A certain surface,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So we got multi surface cleaner.
and then you're able to like quantitatively look at the number of how much of this bacteria is alive after we incubated it, and how much of it is dead. So that's what we.
And that's when you were a microbiologist.
That's when I was a microbiologist.
Okay, so
And then I was also a molecular biologist.
oh, God damn it.
So
And she thinks computer people are better than this. Screw you nerds, you computer nerds. This shit is way cooler. So you were microbiologist, and then you was
I was a molecular biologist.
molecular biologist, and then what that do?
So what I did is that I worked on next generation sequencing, doing single cell RNA
do you understand any
sequencing.
of this shit?
Sequencing, it's like with the DNA with the cells, right?
Yeah, right. So
Oh, so I'm the dummy. Okay.
Yeah, you're
Spencer
the-
got it, like
Okay.
the basics of it.
You know, I've been playing this Jurassic Park game where you build your own Jurassic Park, and you're always hiring scientists and having them do the DNA sequencing and stuff.
For real?
So I feel like I'm like very well briefed on this.
Yeah.
topic.
He's basically a scientist.
I'm basically a scientist too. But continue, please. So you do the sequencing.
So yeah, I did sequencing, RNA sequencing using like single cells. Let's see, what else?
And then so you microbiologist or
Molecular
biologist, and then was there anyone else before biochemist?
Yeah. I was also in environmental science as well.
That sounds
So I
lame.
worked
So
for-
you was trying to like save the earth?
So I worked
Hippie?
I worked for an agricultural startup.
Oh, that sounds dope though. That actually sounds dope.
Yeah, I worked for our agricultural startup, and then they were like testing out their different products on different crops and seeing how it affected crops. And
Oh, you work for Monsanto's? Oh,
I
we
did
don't
not
like
say
that.
that.
We don't
I
like that.
I did not say that.
She can't say that because they probably had her on an NDA. So no snitch podcast.
No
folks.
snitch.
Right. No
She did
snitch.
not work for
Monsanto's.
the big bad one. Just kidding. They're great. We love you. Hey, Monsanto, please give me a freaking carrot that looks like a dick. I would love it for purposes. You be testing drugs on animals?
Yeah. With
Yeah.
The biochemist stuff?
Yes. So let me
Really?
explain. So I work in drug development, right? I
Yeah.
work for a pharmaceutical
Okay, there we
company,
go.
and so there's this area at my job in the basement where we have these animals, right?
The basement.
It's called a vivarium, and we have different types.
Hold
of
on, hold on.
animals.
Did you and these? What the fuck's
You haven't been to the East Bay Vivarium on
Bro.
4th Street? Oh, with all the reptiles, it's so dope. East Bay Vivarium, shouts out. Got a couple tarantulas from you guys in high school for a science experiment for my class. Returned them because they were creepy when the experiment was done. But you all right though?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vivarium though, it's a place where they keep like reptiles or just keep animals in general. huh?
Yeah.
It's a zoo.
No, they're like.
Explain it to him. It's a zoo.
What is it
okay?
like little cages? What is the exact
Yeah,
definition?
they do have little cages. So a lot of the time in our vivarium, we have mice and we have rats that we work on.
A
So
lot of people
literally-
don't know those are different. Mice and rats are two different
Yeah.
species, so
Yeah, we don't accept no rats around here on this podcast.
Yeah, and
Your little mousey, that's all right. You're a rat, get
no
the fuck
snitch,
out of here.
No snitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have mice and rats like at my job, and On different sites, because we have different laboratories around the United States and all over the world. They have dogs, they have monkeys, they have, let's see.
Rhinoceros?
No, we don't work with rhinoceros. But typically, like, we try to work with mammals because the mammals are similar to humans.
So dolphins?
I don't.
I'm back in the game. I'm smart again.
That would be super. I feel like there would be so many groups. Like, there's like already groups that get pissed about just testing on rats and stuff. Could you imagine if they were doing testing on dolphins? That would be like
have an aneurysm.
That would be such an outcry.
No. I don't think we do any studies on dolphins. But in the different parts of the country, like we have labs where we work with dogs and work with monkeys. But we try to imitate. Have different mammals that are going to give us an idea of how these drugs will work in humans. And so that's why we work with these different type of mammals, and mice and rats are some of the main ones that we work with to test out our different medications.
Well, we're talking about a whole bunch of aminals. I'm just curious, because I've seen this stuff on TV, and I'm not saying you guys are doing it. I don't know. Do you guys work with like cadavers?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
So do y'all like bring them in warm and then cadaver them?
Well,
I'm saying
I personally
is it like euthanasia?
Euthanasia.
You euthanize them?
I don't euthanize them.
Do they agree to come in and be cadavers, and then y'all just like just
like organ donor?
Some people donate their organs and stuff to science, and we work with the organs that they donate or the cells that they donate. Like
cells?
You
can donate your cells?
Yes.
What the fuck is going on?
You ever heard of Henrietta Lacks? Well, she didn't.
But she didn't donate it. They stole it.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, that was a bad example.
Never mind. That was a bad example. Don't.
Now, I think what Alex.
Some people donate their cells. Not her. She didn't donate it, but some people do donate their cells.
I think what Alex is trying to get at is how warm are the cadavers when they come in? How fresh are the cadavers?
Well, how you cryopreserve a cadaver is essentially you would put in liquid nitrogen to cryopreserve it.
No shit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
crazy.
So it's like minus 80. Well, actually, liquid nitrogen is like minus 140 something degrees, I think.
But when you're doing the tests on the cadavers, do you have to warm them back up to human?
Yeah, you throw it in the microwave?
Yeah, let me explain. So, like, if we're working with, like, a human tissue or animal tissue, we have this thing, in this grinder. So we put...
No.
Yeah. So we have to put the tissue inside of, like, a certain tube.
Okay, so hold on. Let me stop you. When I think of cadaver, I'm thinking y'all like working with, like, a leg.
Well, like I don't work with the leg, but I work with parts of, like, it would have to be dissected and then it will be brought to me.
But I'm saying, do y'all dissect the leg? Like, do they see y'all like a nitrogen leg and then y'all like chop it up?
Yeah, because some people have like skin, like we're testing like skin products too. So some people like get skin grafts and bring it to us. So we have like human skin that we work with too.
But so where do you wait? Is it a full piece or is it just pieces of a human? Is it like a full arm coming in, or is it just like they like take the skin off and send it to you guys? Like that's what I'm worried. I'm like, are you guys getting feet, or y'all getting like some already processed version of somebody's foot? Who
people that work with me, they would get something as a whole body part, and then they would bring it to me as
cells and that's
not cells, but it would be tissue, and I would deal with that.
So I know you don't work with it directly, but do you know specifically where they keep the cadavers? Address is fine, or latitude, longitude is fine.
I don't know where they keep them at. No, I don't. Okay. I don't know.
And if someone wanted to find the cadavers, like who should they ask, and how difficult would it be to get your hands on one of these cadavers if you were, say, a layperson like Alex?
Yeah, I just want to know that like it's just a cadaver. It's not like it's anything anybody wants.
Come work with me, and I'll show you.
I don't know. I'm scared now. I might be a cadaver.
Yeah, we have to put this tissue.
He's fresh.
We got a fresh one.
You have to put the tissue inside of acid, and then you have to put like this.
I seen that on Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it's kind of works like that. Like you.
Wow.
Like you.
Not agreeing with me. Would you say it's really like that?
Like yeah, like you have to put like this metal type of ball, to pulverize the tissue inside of the acid, and then like you put it in this grinder and it shakes it up, and the ball just like pulverizes the tissue until you get it turns into a liquid. And then after the liquid, I would extract the DNA and RNA from that tissue and then work with it.
Bruh, that's fucking great. And she thinks computer scientists are better than this. This shit is amazing.
Oh, look, I made an app that shows me where, like, the nearest functioning toilet is. Meanwhile, Mira's over here breaking down cadavers to the RNA level so she can find the fucking cure for AIDS or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, things are happening.
Yeah, so so you told us a little bit about some of the stuff you do and some of the stuff your other people do, but what's a typical day look like for you in the lab?
So a typical day, what it looks like for me is that so I work with I do in vitro experiments. So
okay, what does that word mean?
I'm going to explain. Okay, so what in vitro means is that
okay, so what does that word mean?
Bruh.
we're imitating the conditions of the human body. You know how I was just talking about how we use animals to emulate how it would look in humans, right?
Yes.
So in vitro experiments is just taking those human cells and putting them at 37 degrees Celsius, which is the temperature of the human body. And then...
Oh, you said 37. I thought she said negative.
No, 37.
37 degrees Celsius. Okay.
Yeah, that's the temperature of the human body. So we recreate the human body's environment in these cells before we actually test
in like a
them.
petri dish?
Yeah, no, and like a petri dish, yeah, and like sometimes we use like different flasks, but I use petri dishes. It's 96 well plate where I put human hepatocytes, so I work with those, and those hepatocytes are human liver cells.
Yeah. My homie, he from hepatocytes, like, you know, shit, like, you know, we all know about hepatocytes, you know, shit.
Yeah.
Spenny's had hepatocytes before, you know.
You gotta stay away from them hepatocytes.
Yeah. I had a spray for it, you know, because like I had a rash from the hepatocytes that I had, you know. Shit.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
So what else is a typical day?
A typical day is that like it's a week-long experiment that I do. So I start off by plating the cells, and then I go through 2 rounds of dosing with the different drugs that I'm tested for that week. And then at the end of the week, I take my cells, I isolate the RNA, and then I do what is called qPCR, which is quantitative polymerase chain reaction. And what that means...
That's what the fuck I call a chain reaction. See, rappers is smart, bruh. They talking about this scientific shit. You feel me? Yeah.
Lean back.
Yeah, it's a triple entendre. Like Kendrick.
It's qPCR. So so what that means is that I'm looking at a specific sequence of DNA of interest, and I'm amplifying that DNA, making several hundreds, probably even millions of copies of this DNA of interest, so that we can look at the sequence of the DNA to figure out, okay, is this sequence present, is this sequence absent? Because we're trying to assess the health of the cells. You remember I was telling you about the human cells that I tested. We're looking at, is this cell healthy? Was the drug that I dosed the cell with toxic? This is how we find that out, is by doing qPCR.
And you guys are doing this for all types of like drugs and stuff that are trying to come to market. Or
correct.
Do you do stuff like after it's on the market, or you guys are like the predecessor? Like,
yeah, before it goes to the market, it has to go through me.
Oh, that's hella tight. That's hella tight.
Wow. So any good fun psychoactive stuff coming out we got to look forward to?
Psychoactive. So you,
Any fun psychedelic stuff, psychoactive stuff coming out in the next few years?
If I work with controlled substances?
I might be.
Yes, I do.
And
yeah.
So you got some good. So what I want to know, so a friend of mine was asking. This isn't my inquiry. This is a friend asking for a friend.
Okay.
I was thinking one day it would be great if they had like a combination of like an MDMA Viagra without having this all in one pill. It's like a psychedelic psychoactive pleasure enhancing, but it also, does the thing for the guys. We're thinking for like you'd sell them like retirement homes and stuff for like a lot of the boomers who were there for like the hippie 60s movement, who were sort of losing their functionality. Is that something that you guys would be able to develop?
I think, yeah, like a lot of the time when we're developing these drugs, we think that they're going to work one way, or we have an idea about how they might work, but sometimes the side effects of certain drugs are actually positive. Like, we could see that, like, for example, like Viagra, for example, like it started off as a drug for heart disease, and then it ended up being a drug for erectile dysfunction. Like it
Yeah, for all those dysfunctional erections out there, get your Viagra, those blue diamonds.
Yeah.
And back in the day, used to be horny goat weed. My dad used to have some of that in the house.
You can still get that.
Oh, really?
My buddy, this is kind of funny, and this is a definite no snitch thing, not naming names, but a friend of mine in high school, he was like gonna be having sex with his girlfriend like this weekend. He was like, he had heard someone like in some group he was in talking about horny goat weed, and he was like, this guy swears by it. I think I need to get this for if I'm gonna be having sex. I need to get the horny goat weed. Yeah. I don't know if it actually worked. I never really followed up.
I got a homie, he came to my house and took some of my dad's horny goat weed, and then he told me later, he's like, bruh, I thought something was wrong. He he didn't even do it like when he was about to go see a chick. He just like popped it, I guess. Yeah. And he's like, bruh, that shit was not cool. He's like, I was trying to talk to people and I couldn't even talk to people. I had to like,
oh really?
Yeah, he had to like tie it to his leg basically.
Yeah, do a little, yeah.
Yeah. You know, back in the day, we used to wear hoodies and stuff. So I think he was trying to like do the hoodie like,
oh yeah,
push down.
That's what science
T-Mobile
is.
Yeah, is that a T-Mobile sidekick in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Yeah. So what controlled substances do you use? Or can you tell us, or do you?
Well, I work with a lot of benzodiazepines, and
we all love benzodiazepines.
Is that like Klonopin and shit, or what's benzos?
Benzos are like Xanax and stuff.
Yeah, like I think Klonopin is one of those, right?
I think so.
It's the Xannies, yeah.
Yeah, that.
People got to be careful with those. So can you make those safer? Because some people get kind of fucked up with those.
Yeah, like first when we're working with them, we have to get clearance and make sure we're not like using any type of substances and like go through that kind of thing. But yeah, like we definitely try to work on like the safety and efficacy of of drugs and stuff.
But they won't let you be off a bar while you're making the bars.
Nah.
Nah, damn, man. Yeah. I'm about to say I got a homie. He can get a job. You feel me? He might, he might, throw one for the experiment, throw one for himself. But he gonna get the experiment done, hopefully.
So, are there you work on any drugs for like diseases?
Yes, that's what the pharmaceutical company that I work for. We mainly work on drugs for oncology, which are like different types of cancers.
Wow.
Parkinson's disease.
Really? Parkinson's?
Alzheimer's. Lupus. Let's see. HIV. Pretty much you name it.
Sickle cell?
I think so. I think we do have something for that. Like we are working on something for that.
I heard somebody was coming out with a cure. Or something like that, or a medicine for it. Like I said, I didn't look too deep into it, but I like, scrolling the interwebs, I saw something where like somebody was trying to like get approval for their sickle cell drug, and I was like, oh, that's something to note, Like I said, until it's in the market and we see the side effects.
Well, I heard with like how they made the COVID vaccine, like the RNA vaccines are like kind of a more recent mRNA vaccine. Yeah. That's like a more recent development. And they're saying like, oh, they might be able to get a vaccine for like HIV and like other stuff like with the same technology. Do you have some insight about that, about the mRNA vaccines, or like what their
validity is?
Yeah,
how that's working?
Well, I personally don't work with those, but like I know the company that is coming out with something of that sort, or they're trying to develop that. I don't know if I should comment on it.
Yeah, if it's some NDA shit, don't get in trouble.
Yeah, I can comment.
Yeah.
But I know some things, and some things are known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you like test those drugs? Like with the whole process? You said you're doing cancer and AIDS and all this other stuff. So how do you guys? I think you might have. Did you kind of like explain the whole process, or do you need the?
I didn't really explain the whole process, but I'll break it down more. Okay. So the area that I work in is called drug metabolism and pharmacokinetics. It's DMPK. So it's studying how the body impacts the drug, what it does, what different processes does it do to the drug in order for it to get out of the system. So that's the ADME.
So what's the other mini?
The ADME is absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion.
That sounds like some shit I do.
So,
yeah, add me, baby.
Anyway,
so ADME.
Absorption is how the body takes the drug in. Distribution is how it gets to the site of action. Metabolism is how the body breaks the drug down, and excretion is how the body gets it out.
Oh, he got really excited. Got really excited on excretion, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I do right there. I do all of that. Shit, y'all need to have me in the lab. Shit, you fuck around and find out.
Well, the important part of metabolism is working with the enzymes, right? So you have these enzymes in your liver cells called SIPs, which is
simps.
No, not simps.
I'm about to say I ain't got no simp in me at all.
No, I said SIPs. CYP.
Like a drink? Oh, CYP. Okay.
Yeah. It's called cytochrome P450. It's the different enzymes that are in your liver that help you metabolize drugs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is what my group looks at. What I particularly do is when I have these liver cells, which the liver cells that I mentioned before are important for metabolizing these different drugs and things that come into your system because it helps get the toxicity out. It helps purify.
That's what your liver does, right?
Yeah.
It gets all the toxins out your body.
Right, and like another mechanism.
That's why I got a hard-working liver because I drink a lot of alcohol.
Right.
And it gets it all out.
Don't get cirrhosis, though. Don't get cirrhosis, okay?
Don't get cirrhosis. What is that? Tequila?
Cirrhosis of the liver is
toxicity. Is that Hennessy? What type of, is that a cognac?
No.
It's all of the above in too many amounts.
Right.
Oh, I thought it was a type of alcohol. I brought up alcohol. I thought she was like, don't buy this type of alcohol because it fuck up your liver. I was like, what is that? So I don't drink it.
I heard tequila is good for you. Or no, it's not good for you, but it's the healthiest one of all the liquors.
And I feel like that is a lie put on us by Big Tequila.
Keep
lying to me, baby. I'll keep drinking it.
Well, yeah, I was saying that like so the liver cells are important because they help excrete toxins from your system. So we expose these cells using in vitro experiments.
You exposing people?
Yeah, I have to expose the cells to these different drugs. So I dose
them. Don't DM Mirror, she exposing.
Oh, well.
All right, Alex, I'm leaving the camera on Mirror for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
But keep going.
So I expose the liver cells that are at 37 degrees, imitating the human body, to these different drugs. So I dose the drugs.
Yeah. Should I go try to be spinny for a second?
No.
There's only one spinny, right? There's only one spinny.
It's just mirror time right now. He's explaining something. I'm really just like, I should just turn the volume off on Alex's mic. But no, I'm back. I was just pouring some more, just working on my my cirrhosis over here. I had to run out and get a little, but yeah, okay, please continue.
Yeah, so after dosing the cells, like you have to take these drugs and put them into a form. So we start off as powder, and then we transform them into a liquid, and then we dose the cells with the liquid.
Yeah, I be dosing shit.
Yeah, so so that's how
I dosed us on the last episode. Made us some Irish mules, and they was dosed.
You got me fucked up.
Yeah, Irish mules was fire.
Yeah, I wish I had one.
No, you are not a drinker. You are a scientist.
I like Irish mules.
So what is the importance of the work that you do?
work I do is very important because I'm allowing, I'm helping people get drugs safely. Like okay, that's I did not mean to word it like that.
My favorite dealer, you
Yeah.
feel me?
It's not like you got to go to some guy's house and like he's there and you're stuck there and you got to talk to him for a while and he's got his pit bull looking at you and and it's like, oh, nice guy, like just a little bit, you know. No, like you're working on it so it can be safer, accessible. You go to a pharmacy, you get what you need, right?
Yeah, it's okay. So this is the way that I meant to word it. So.
Okay.
So you're not a drug dealer?
I ensure that the drugs that are coming to the market are safe for everybody to use. And so that the people can get the drugs.
That's right. Your meth gonna be clean. You get it from her.
Anyway, I make sure that the drugs are safe for people to use and they're not toxic to the liver. And that's like one of the functions I do is if a drug is toxic, I have to make a note in my laboratory findings.
Do you ever have any higher ups come down and be like, erase that note? We're going to the market with this.
Oh, no. Okay. There's multiple stages to where that wouldn't work.
Okay, cool.
Like,
Well, earlier I was watching football. And during the football, it had a commercial. And the commercial was for this drug. And I'm not going to out the drug. But it literally was like, oh, it fixes this one problem. Side effects may be. And bruh, it had to change so many different scenes and screens to get all of the freaking side effects out. How does something like that come to market? Like if it's like, oh yeah, if you have low blood pressure, this can fix low blood pressure, but it may cause cirrhosis of the liver. Like how does that get past you guys?
If you shit blood, talk to your doctor. If you have suicidal thoughts, put the gun down. Like
yeah. Like how does that stuff get approved when it seems like the cure is worse than the problem, the disease?
Well, it's all about probability, right? So they have to. For safety reasons, they have to say that this can happen. They have to cover their own ass, right? They can't just not announce that these side effects happen. So even though there's a low probability that they will happen, they have to say it for legal reasons. They can't just not say that.
So like I said, the list is long, but it's like it doesn't happen to everybody, and it probably doesn't happen that often. By case, but it happened, so now they have to report that it happened.
Right. But if you really look at, like, say if you're taking a medication, you look at the leaflet, it's like 0.2% of the time this has happened. Like,
but they had to just say it in the list of all the stuff that happens.
Exactly.
Is there like a legality of it to where the things that they say first are the most likely and then things they say okay. There's a little rhyme and reason about it. So it's like, so you guys, that from a scientist, when you're looking at these commercials and you're thinking about these drugs and they start listing off the stuff, the first stuff is the most likely. So listen to the first stuff the hardest. so you can weigh your risk to reward on using that drug or that product or whatever it may be.
Yeah, it might not happen to everybody. Like everybody's body is different, and that's why remember I was telling you about the molecular biology stuff and next generation sequencing stuff. So like that's why people do genome sequencing on their self, is because genetically sometimes you have a certain way of how you process certain drugs, and like, oh, I'm allergic to this type of drug, I'm allergic to that type of drug, or this drug won't work for me. But if you do genome sequencing, you're able to tell this drug will be best for me.
But can't they just clone me and then they'll kill me and replace me with Gucci Mane?
I don't think that would happen.
That's what happened with Gucci Mane.
That's what happened to me. That's why I look so much like Gucci Mane and talk like him too.
Yeah.
Brr!
You don't see it? You don't see the ice cream on his face?
I knew he was black. I mean,
he's not black. That's racist. He's clear.
You just said he was Gucci Mane.
No, but he's the clear Gucci Mane.
Yeah. Coochie Mane is like
it's crazy. But he didn't pass sex ed. So it's just Uchi Mane. Uchi Mane.
Uchi Mane. Hey, I got a friend named Uchi. Hey, shouts out Uchi, bro. What was I saying? She's a very freaky girl. Which, what are we doing?
What's the most popular type of drug on the market, in the market right now?
I would
Cocaine.
definitely say.
Me
No,
too.
not
I would definitely say
cocaine.
cocaine too. Good job,
No,
Mira.
it's a
Comeback. I feel like so many people are just like, I got my coke. Oh, we're getting a bag. It feels like this is what the 80s was. I feel like it's had some kind of resurgence.
But I feel like everybody's scared because of the fentanyl thing.
I feel like they were, but
You said now they're not.
no, not from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Anyways, most popular drug on the
Oh,
market
yeah. What were you saying?
besides cocaine.
I would say that the most popular drug on the market right now is the GLP-1s, the weight loss injections, for sure.
Injections?
Oh, like Ozempic or whatever?
Yeah, Ozempic.
Oh,
and-
Ozempic's an injection?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a pill or something.
Oh no, different companies are coming out with a pill though.
Didn't you see that South Park with the
I'm
Ozempic
saying,
where they're having the Ozempic parties?
I knew chicks a long time ago that were popping ecstasy and they lost a bunch of weight. I don't see why. What's taking so long?
Yeah.
That's
And
not
cocaine
safe.
too.
It's not safe.
I don't think any weight loss drug is safe. I think you should just work out.
Yeah.
So
You could,
I don't
but-
know. I'm just saying if you don't want to pay all that money to Ozempic, if they still have ecstasy out there, try that. Because I know a bunch of people lost weight. I know a chick lost her whole ass popping ecstasy.
How much is that? Is it 20 a pill? What's that? 25 a pill?
It should be cheaper now because I feel like no one has it anymore.
Yeah. I think it's like 20.
I don't know.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. No, we don't know anything about that. Yeah.
I definitely don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And yet you make the drugs. You safety test the drugs. But so you said that, you're working on these benzos. So I've heard that Johns Hopkins are doing studies for MDMA to do like therapeutic psychedelics. So do you work on anything like that, or does anything like that ever come across your plate?
My colleagues actually I did a study with that because like you said, it's like a dopamine receptor kind of thing for like the older population. And like I have colleagues that are working on studies for that. Like we are working on something
Let's go.
in regard to that.
see, and talking about that, and like you said, he's trying to help the boomers get their shit together and everything. So
their rocks off.
Yeah. So in what way do you give back? It seems like you've been doing this for a long time, and I feel like you're very into doing it. So like, in what ways do you give back to the community and through your scientific prowess and things that you do?
Well, one of the ways that I give back is that I go to high schools and go speak to the kids. I graduated from Oakland High.
Ooh,
I used to go to Tech too. Calm down.
really?
I did.
Oh,
For my freshman year, I went to Tech.
how did you not graduate a Bulldog? Ew, you're a wildcat.
Shout out to the Wildcats, class of 12. Anyway,
Class of 12.
yeah, class of 12. So
Yeah, we're old, bro.
I was a banana slug class of 12.
hey,
UC Santa Cruz, baby. Let's go.
That's the thing?
The banana
banana
slug.
slug,
That's
yeah.
our
Are you
mascot.
serious?
You never knew that? You've known me all this time. You didn't know that we're the slug. Why do you think I say like slug life and shit? Have I never said slug life to you?
No, you've never in your life said slug
I
life to
never
me.
heard that either.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We
You
say slug life.
gotta start saying that on the podcast.
Slug life.
Yeah.
Porter College. Shouts out.
Yeah.
Art school, baby. The film school. Let's go. Slug life, baby.
yeah.
Let me do the slug.
Yeah, slug. Yeah.
I like that. That's cool. So yeah, that's one of the ways I give back is that I went up to different high schools and spoke to the kids because a lot of the time they say like I want to be a scientist or I want to go to college but I don't know what I want to do yet. But I didn't start off as a science major when I went to school. It took me a few years to figure that out, like what it is that I wanted to do.
How important do you think visibility? Like you said you went to these schools, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of kids that look like you that never seen a scientist that look like them. So, how important do you think visibility is for future Black scientists?
I think it's very important. Like in addition to me going up to the schools, I actually do like live science demonstrations for the kids. Like I went when I was married, I went up to my stepson's preschool because a lot of these kids there, they were like 3 years old. They're so cute. They said that they wanted to be scientists when they grew up.
Oh,
And,
the little baby scientists.
Yeah, so I went up there and did like a live science demonstration experiment.
That's super cool
for them. And so it's just like stuff like that. And I
know
think
what?
it's really.
I don't know why I never put this together. Did you know I'm on the board of a nonprofit?
Yes, I did. I think
Oh.
you told me.
Oh, okay. I might talk to our CEO, our founder, and see if you can come up and, because like I said, we have kids that are there like all day, but it would be dope for you to come through and just like kind of expose them to some science and let them know like I'm not just somebody's mom doing stuff. Like I'm an actual scientist, and you can be a scientist too.
I would love that.
Yeah, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should definitely
Yeah,
let
yeah.
me know.
I'm gonna tap in. I'm gonna tap in and I'm gonna see what's up.
Yeah. Another thing is that I have a daughter who will be 5 soon, and she sees me going to work every day. She knows what I do. She knows I'm a scientist, and she says, "Mommy, I want to be a scientist like you when I grow up."
Yeah, that's what's up.
You
That's
know,
what's up. See, yeah, that representation matters.
Representation is everything, and like we have college tours with students come up to my job. Like we have these different cohorts of students from like UC Berkeley, Stanford, UC Davis. Cal State East Bay. They've come up to my job and they've done tours, and I've guided them through these different tours and like showed them my lab and talked to them about how they get into the field. And a couple weeks ago in particular, a UC Berkeley cohort came into my lab, and I was giving them a lab tour, and this one student that was in there was this young gentleman who was a black guy, and he immediately when he first saw me, his eyes just lit up.
Yeah,
And I already knew without him even saying anything, because you know how black people, you just look at somebody, you know what they're thinking.
yeah, Spinny, you didn't get it, Spinny.
I do. Gucci gets it. My Gucci side gets
yeah,
it.
your that Uchi side gets it. His Uchi main side.
Gucci main.
Yeah.
But he saw me, and it was like his eyes just lit up. It was like, yeah, I see. Like, wow, like it was amazing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So to speak on that, like let's get everything full circle, okay? So, like I said, you're the only black female scientist that I know from Oakland. Beautiful thing, and I feel like we need to have more. So if anybody is watching this, is there any advice you could give someone, you know, from learning from your childhood or your experiences and your pitfalls and your, you know, wins? How can a parent help their child become a scientist? But also, how can someone who wants to be a scientist become one? Like I said, because you're our resource right now. Let us know. Both of those questions.
So first of all, for as far as like the parent and cultivating the child, I would say that just expose them to it. See if they're interested in it and see where it goes. Because if they can't see it, then they will never know that they can achieve it and they could do it.
Yeah.
So if you're exposing them to it and you're asking them, what do you want to be when you grow up? Have you ever thought about being a scientist? Do you know what a scientist is? Do you know what they do? Asking them those type of questions and then exposing them to it. Because with my job, my daughter, when she gets old enough, when she gets to high school, I have an internship program my job has an internship program that she can directly go to. Just because she's my daughter. I can get her internship.
That's awesome.
That's dope. So how can somebody that's, you know, like I said, maybe in high school and they're trying to figure it out, or they're just starting college and they're trying to figure it out, how can they become a scientist like yourself?
So they can become a scientist by first, when they're in high school, try to do as much volunteering as they can. Volunteer in the science labs in their high school. Take AP classes, take the AP chemistry class, take the AP biology class so that they have those college credits. And try to find internships, because that's how I got started. In 2011, when I was 17 years old, I was a genetic engineering intern for the USDA. What? In Albany. Yeah. In Albany.
But those turkeys were over there by that point, weren't they? By the USDA. That's right by the freeway.
I think so. Buchanan, yeah.
San Pablo.
Buchanan.
So my mom, I grew up right down the street from there, and just the other day there was some crazy dude right outside the USDA. Well, it wasn't. It was like right up from the USDA. Some guy like he almost went GTA on my car. He was like dancing beside the car, and then I looked at him and he was like, "Urgh," and he was like digging in the ground with some tool, like a little trowel or something. And then he gets in front of my car and starts dancing. Like I'm at the stoplight. I'm still, waiting behind. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he comes over to the side of the car and he's like, hey, hey, hey. And then the guy at the truck in front of me goes, so I just freaking gassed it away because I wasn't trying to get GTA'd. But no, USDA in Albany, shit goes down over there.
Yeah. I was a genetic engineering intern when I was 17.
That's great. I never knew what goes. I'm like, it's because it's all fenced off. It's so like cryptic looking. It's very government, very official.
It was really cool. Like, and I learned like, I liked, had experience like talking to these scientists, and like I was doing research using like a natural rubber alternative. Like I was doing research for that. Like,
oh, that sounds cool.
And so I met a lot of scientists, and some of them were just telling me like the experiences and opportunities they had to travel the world and talk to these different scientists in different parts of the world and compare notes, and just expand their horizons.
That's that peer review you was talking about, huh?
Right, exactly.
That's one of the coolest things about science is like how it's not like whatever the politics, the country, whatever. I feel like in the scientific community, it's always just that common goal of like empirical data and like how do we improve on our knowledge.
Yeah. And that's one thing I pulled from Neil deGrasse. You know, he was like, if you can do it and we can replicate it, then it matters. But it's like, if you just like, oh yeah, I seen a ghost. And it's like, okay, how did you see the ghost? Okay, do it again. Oh, we can't do it. Well, then you didn't see a ghost. Like if we can't replicate it, that's how science is. It's like, if we can't replicate it, if we can't look over it and quantify it and then replicate it under the same conditions, what you said is a lie. Yeah. And I respect that. It's like, if we can't prove it, it's not real. And if you think that we can't prove it, do more research, find out how. And that's what I respect about science,
Yeah. So I was saying that like I started off with this internship, and the only reason why I got involved with this internship is because my chemistry teacher in high school, remember I told you that was my favorite subject. My chemistry teacher came up to me and he's like, Mira, do you want a summer internship? I think you'd be great for this program. You're one of my best students. I think you'd be great. And I said, yeah. And so I signed up for the program. It's called Project Seed. And I got into the program. And that is what started me in science, is that one teacher reaching out to me and saying, like, you should try this. I never had any ideas about being in science. But that's what started me in it. And then when I got to college, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. But it took me studying Japanese, because Japanese linked me back to the USDA, because they were doing studies with people in Japan.
Konnichiwa.
Actually, it's konbanwa. It's evening right now. Konbanwa. That's good evening.
Konbanwa.
Konbanwa.
Sushi. Yeah. See, I know Japanese.
Arigato.
But yeah, so like it linked me back to that, because it reminded me of the USDA, and it reminded me of my experience that I had, and I was like, if I can learn Japanese, I can learn anything. Yeah. So I just declared the major in biology, because I was like, I'm not challenging myself enough. I can do more. I can be better. Why am I putting limits on myself? So that's what I did. And so when I got into college, because I had that internship in high school, that's what helped me get the other internships in college. Because when I was in college, I had an internship at a startup.
You had experience. Yeah.
I had experience. I was working. So what you have to do, you have to get experience before you get the experience.
Okay, y'all hear that? Internships.
You got to get the internships.
So parents also find out internships for your kids. Get them into some internships. Let them get a little experience. Make sure that they like it. And like you said, it can come full circle. Like you said, Mira said she went to it when she was in high school, and then still went to college not knowing, and then something brought her back to it, and it was like, yes, what I did is what I want to do. And that's what she's doing. And
I just want to take a moment to plug. We are announcing the unpaid internship for the What's Your Nest podcast, 80 hours a week, not paid, but you will be able to say you helped on the What's Your Nest podcast. We're accepting applicants. Just DM us on Instagram. It's super shady and chill, and we'll get you in there.
Yes. And we do accept grown women interns.
Okay. Now see, okay. We do, but...
I'm saying that's smart.
But now you say that, it's like... Makes it...
Sketch?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Apply.
Yeah. It's totally not sketch.
Yeah.
It's totally not sketch. Yeah.
So, do your internships.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while though for you to land one because it's so competitive. It's really competitive, but that's why you have to have experience before you get the experience. You have to volunteer, unpaid. Go to your lab, ask them, "Hey, can I sign up to volunteer in your lab? Can I wash your dishes? Do anything they ask you to do."
No.
Almost anything.
No. Harvey Weinstein is a real person. Do not do anything they ask. You have rights. Okay?
Yeah.
Remember that. Don't let anybody just do anything to you.
That's what kind of what I was doing with the joke there is like there are predatory internships, but as a thing, if it's a good opportunity for you and you're young, maybe do it. Like, get some little experience. Paid internships are better. Did they outlaw unpaid internships? I feel like there was some controversy about that some years. They're still doing unpaid internships?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's volunteer. It's volunteer.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do that in order to get the paid one. You got to do some groundwork.
Yeah.
You got to do it. So, you volunteer in the labs. You get a paid internship. You got to apply, like, at least to 200 something different ones. And to land one...
Yeah. Hey, man. It's hard out here for a pimp when he's trying to get a scientist for the rent. You know, you got to do what you got to do, buddy. Bucko.
Yeah. So you got to apply to internships. Once you get an internship, you're gonna be set up for success. And then after you graduate, you're gonna start. Either you can go to grad school. If you don't want to go to grad school, you can be a contractor. So you look for a contracting company. And then the contracting company can give you experience with a larger company. Mm-hmm. And you might not be making a lot of money, but you get that experience and you just keep moving up. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Yep, just keep it moving. Hey, I we got a tiny little bit of time left. This is completely unrelated, but it has to do with me not utilizing my smartness and closing the door. Mm-hmm. Can I tell you a quick little story?
Very quick. I love the spinny story.
Okay, so I was seeing this woman recently. Things got hot and heavy, to say the least. She has a little dog, and this little dog humps fucking everything. Like humps your leg, humps the fucking pillow. But I love the dog. He's a great dog.
That's my dog.
Yeah, he's a little dog. So me and her, we're getting it on, and we're just doing our thing, and the dog comes in, gets up behind me, and starts starting to go in. Yeah. I didn't hear him come in because I was so invested in the moment, and he actually made it in a little bit.
He mounted you?
But here's the thing: he's a small dog. Thing? He's a small dog, so it was
the little pink thing.
It was just a little bit of the little pink thing got in there, and of course, naturally, immediately, I was like, "Whoa, hold on!" And we got him out of the room. No.
He didn't jump out. No.
For the sake of the story, let's just take. I got up. I got the dog out of the room. I closed the door. I was like, "Ugh." And, I feel like it was kind of ruined the moment for me. But I try to look at the silver linings, and you know what? For one little moment, I had that dog in me.
So, this is the What's Your Nest podcast. This was the SmartNESS episode. This is the SmartNESS episode.
If you got a horny dog and you're smart, make sure the dog's outside the room. That's all I'm saying.
It's great. This is the SmartNESS episode. That was the perfect way to end the SmartNESS episode with some just premium What's Your Nest podcast comedy. And when you're out there, showing your SmartNESS and talking to all your friends that have SmartNESS, always choose happiness, because choosing SmartNESS is choosing happiness, because you don't want that dumbness around you. You don't want to be out here living life, doing dumb things, doing degenerate things. You want to use the intelligence, the intellect. You know, that's next level smartness. You want to use that intellect that you have. And using that intellect is choosing happiness. And I want you to go outside and interact with the smartest people you know and gather knowledge from them. Because the more you know, the more you can do. The more you're exposed to, the better you can do. And that's choosing happiness, is being able to learn more and better your life. Don't ever become complacent in what you're doing. Always grow. Always grow. You want to be that tree, that big redwood that grows to be something gorgeous over a lifetime. And I see that as choosing happiness. Is always every day waking up smarter, better, more intelligent than you were the day before. And even if in that moment you make a dumb decision, don't let that dumb decision define you. Show your smartness. Choose happiness.
Yeah, you win and you learn, right? Mira, any last words or thoughts to say to the people out there?
So I feel like I didn't really close up how to be a scientist, but make sure that you get your experience. Do internships, do volunteer work while you're in college. When you graduate, find a recruiter, get into a large company. You might have to work for a little bit less money, but get that experience and then keep on moving. Keep moving up.
Mira, we are so happy that you were able to be here because, you know, we had licensed estheticians and other things on, but we've never had a scientist. Like, I feel like that's like next level shit for us, you know? So we're so happy that you came. We're so happy that you're able to be here. We wanted to make sure that we showed a little bit of our appreciation. And here is the Ness Culture car air fresheners. We have cherry and the Warriors ocean scent. You see the Warriors been playing pretty good lately. You know, we on a little skip, but we've been playing pretty good. And since you a Bay baby, you know, you a town baby, you know, Oakland Warriors, even though the Warriors are playing in San Francisco, is still an Oakland team. So wanted to make sure that I got you red, which is my favorite color. So I'm just giving it to you. And the Warriors, which is, you know, our local basketball team. And, you know, beautiful scents. Like I said, when Ness Culture got these made, I was actually impressed by how good they smell in the car. So from Ness Culture Clothing and the What's Your Ness podcast, Spin Spinny and Alex Great, thank you for being here.
Thank you for so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And hey, we'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, it's going to get interesting. And, well, it's already been interesting, but it's going to continue to be interesting. So look out. Okay.
I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog.
I probably should have brought that up on the air.
Hey, Spinny, come here right quick.
I shouldn't have brought that up on the air. No.
I'm a beat like a
Jesus
dog.
Christ.
Treat it like a dog.
Can you make him put his pants back on?
Yeah, you want to know
Mira,
that Uchi man?
No, Mira, put his
I'm-
pants. Can you get his
I'm
pants back up?
No, my pants ain't coming back up.
Bro, I don't want this dog shit.